All right, you guys, now let's talk about this Bank of America program, the new home loan program that's based in minority communities. It's called the Minority Home Loan Solutions, and it's based off of the Community Reinvestment Act. So let's go into a couple of details of the program, how you could get approved for this program, and I'm gonna go over a couple of risks in my opinion. And I'm gonna leave you guys with some other options for 100% finance programs that you can still qualify for without the same amount of risk, right? So the Bank of America Home Loan Program is now based on the minority community. Now, a lot of the advertising, a lot of ads are saying it's for minorities, so for Black or Hispanic people, which is not true. It's actually based on the community of 50% or more minority population, going off of the Census Bureau readings, right? So if you're white, Asian, Indian, you can still qualify, but they're targeting these neighborhoods for you to live in. Now, the 100% financing comes into play is where they're covering 100% purchase of the loan. There's no closing costs, there's no down payment. They're covering 100% financing of the loan. Now, this is targeted to individuals who may have had trouble in the past as far as building credit or going the traditional means of getting approved for a home loan. Now, you can actually now use things like good rental history, good car insurance payments on time, good credit card payments on time. They're utilizing non-traditional means to qualify these buyers for a home. Now, as long as they're buying this property in a listed community, a listed neighborhood, you can qualify for it. So let's look at the pros. The pros are it's giving opportunity for home ownership to millions of Americans who may have not qualified for the traditional means. So the dream of home ownership becomes real. It allows you to live in certain communities and upcoming communities that are in major cities that they're actually doing a trial run, like Charlotte, Miami, Dallas, Detroit, LA. There's certain communities that they're allowing this loan program in this beta stage where they're testing it out. Now, those are good things to consider when you're looking to buy a home. How does it affect you? How does it affect your community? Some of the cons that I'm looking at in this scenario is that number one is the interest rates, right? If you're financing 100% of the loan and you're not putting any money down, you're looking at a higher amount that you're borrowing on top of the interest rate. Now, the banks are going to be at a higher risk. How do banks compensate for higher risk? They compensate for higher risk by higher interest rates. So just like on the traditional route, if your credit score is higher, you get a better interest rate. If it's lower, you get a less favorable interest rate. So you usually get a higher interest rate. So this program, I'm almost 100% guaranteed that this is going to be a higher price point interest rate because the bank is taking more risk. Number two is affordability. Now, individuals who have not shown the credit history or the ability to pay and using non-traditional means to get qualified for a mortgage may put them in a situation where they're not able to afford this type of a loan program. And the maintenance and upkeep and all the additional fees that come with a home, they may not be able to afford all of the additional fees that comes with purchasing a home. Not only that, the additional fees that are associated with maintaining a home. These are all things that have to be taken into consideration when you're looking at the affordability. The next thing I just want to it's the elephant in the room, and it's one of those things where you're targeting certain neighborhoods, certain communities, right? And the Community Reinvestment Act, the purpose of this was due to redlining in the past, where banks lenders would not lend in communities where it was predominantly minorities, predominantly Black or Hispanic. They would only issue loans out to other communities, right? So now this is like the total opposite. We're gonna lend you money for staying inside this community, which you have to question, what will the outcome be over the years, right? Over the years, how will this affect the market? A lot of people are saying it's like 2008 all over again, creating a bubble where it will burst and create mortgages that are going to go into foreclosure. It has a positive and a negative outlook. You have the pros and the cons of this new Bank of America program, right? But what I want to do, I want to give you some other options of 100% financing that are still traditional. These things have been around forever. So number one is VA loans. We all know VA loans are 100% financed. So if you have a military background, you will qualify for 100% financing on any home that you purchase. That's number one. Another option is USDA loans. And a lot of times we overlook USDA loans because, a lot of people consider USDA loans as like a agricultural or farmer type of loan. You got to be out in the middle of nowhere, but that's not true. The USDA loans are targeted to rural areas, but you'll be surprised what would qualify for a USDA loan. And as the major cities are now expanding outwards more and more and more, you're actually buying homes and developers are building homes in these USDA loan qualified areas. So start looking and start verifying if a property that you're interested in falls within those guidelines of a USDA loan. You would be surprised. Next is FHA loans with down payment assistance. Now we all know FHA loans for first-time home buyers, they usually require you to put 3.5% down. But there are down payment assistant programs that will give you or help you with the 3.5% that you have to put down. Here's another insider secret that I'll give you guys. If you're buying a home in certain neighborhoods, certain communities across the country, you will find out that there are incentives by the city to buy in certain neighborhoods or certain territories. The city also offers additional grants, additional money towards buying in certain neighborhoods, community reinvestment loans, community incentives to buy. So look at down payment assistance, city grants, utilize all of the options that are available to you as a home buyer to make your goal of home ownership come true. Now that's my insider tip. My name is Hakiim Herring, your real estate partner, and thank you for joining me as we unlock real estate secrets and tips to allow you to master the game.